Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba, the death trap. The death trap.
Nombre de Patres, pero Santi, the trap of the podcast, coming to you live.
The death trap.
I guess we'll just cut that intro.
We're gonna coming to you live.
Yeah, from Italy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Italia.
that would be cool if we had a green. We do have a green screen actually. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, I got one on Amazon years ago. I think it's in our closet.
Nice.
Yeah, we could put a green screen behind us and do Coming to You from Italy
Perfect.
with the Popa.
Yep. Or we
Yeah.
could just leave it green and then let people just, do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yeah, it would just be 9/11. People
Yeah.
would put 9/11 by.
Yeah. Constantly, dude.
Still be
just
live from New York.
Fucking snakes, dude. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like snakes.
We should do a green screen and just let the people do whatever they want.
Let the public decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let the 30 folks who watch this,
31.
31,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
then
we
let
don't
them
round
dictate.
down. We round up.
Round
So
up.
40.
Okay. So 400 people watch this every week.
Yeah. 4,000, actually. I mean, realistically, any mathematical computation, you round to the nearest tenth of 1,000. So 10,000 people watch our podcast.
4 million people.
And that's just locally.
That's
just in New York.
That's not even the live episodes.
The live episodes are the biggest listeners to our live episodes are our neighbors who live here and don't have a choice.
Yeah. So how was your week?
It was all right.
Nobody gives a fuck about us talking about a green screen.
I know.
How's your week?
It was good. I got a cold.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
Dude, it made me so much stronger.
Did you do a little fake virus test?
Yeah.
See if you had the fake
I
virus?
don't have the fake virus.
Good. Just the real one? The cold?
You can't catch what doesn't exist, dude.
Exactly.
That's what I've always said.
Fake-ass virus,
Fake
dude.
ass virus. How am I going to catch COVID if COVID isn't real?
Oh, election coming.
I'm talking to you, Mark Cuban.
Virus is coming.
Who's the guy from Florida?
Who?
Who's the Florida governor?
Ron DeSantis.
Ron DeSantis. I haven't got all my brain back yet.
Ron
I
DeSanctimonious.
think I just confused him with the owner of the Dallas Mavericks.
I think you definitely did. Some rumors going around they might not be in Dallas much longer.
Really?
They might be the Vegas basketball team.
He sold him.
Yeah?
He is just like the director of basketball now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold it for quite the chunk of change.
Honk a change, dude?
The rich get richer, dude.
Rich get richer and the Joes get Joer.
Exactly. Billionaires, dude. I want to be a billionaire so goddamn bad.
You do?
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, just to walk into places with a pile of money and, go to their... I would, pick an employee at a place and I'd be like, I'll give you $80,000 to walk out right now. And they'll be like, I'm the only one on the shift. My manager will get so mad. And I'll be like, 90,000. I'll be like, walk out. I'll be like, don't even lock the door. Just leave your shirt, leave your keys, and walk out. And then I would just do that all the time.
I love that you're just listing things that you want someone to do to you at your job.
I want someone, it's what I daydream about, dude. I just want someone to come in and be like, you are way too old to be doing this retail bullshit. We need to get you out of here. I'm going to rescue you. I'm going to give you this money. And then you leave. And
okay, I got a question for you. So you've worked hard, okay?
Yeah.
You checked your bank account this morning, right?
Yeah.
It's your first $1 billion. You just hit $1 billion for the first time. You've got $1 billion.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you buy for yourself to celebrate?
For myself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're a billionaire. You don't buy stuff for somebody else.
I'd probably buy a pack of smokes. I mean,
you got your first $1 billion and you're just like, let me get a pack of Newports.
Well, what a billion...
Let me get a pack of Newports in here.
$1 billion enables you to maybe not worry about the health consequences and be like, I'll get a new lung. I'm a billionaire. I'm going to get on the lung list. And then you're done, dude. It's not about the cigarettes. It's about the fact that I can smoke them so much more worry-free now. Because it's like, whatever. What are you going to take? An organ? I can buy new ones.
So you just hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
You walk into the gas station, okay?
Yep.
I'm the employee.
Yep.
You walk up to the counter. I go, hey, what can I get you?
Pack of smokes.
Okay.
And I'll give you $80,000 to walk out of here right now.
But I'm gonna need the smokes first.
Yep. No, I'm like, you have to finish the transaction, dude. Like, yeah, I can't steal a pack of smokes. So you got to sell them to me, and then as your last act of service, just leave.
Leave. Here's 80,000.
Leave the building. No one's gonna say nothing. Or even better, walk into a job, be like, "Who's the manager?" And be like, "I'll give you 20 grand to fire that kid right there." He'll be like, "There's going to be litigation. It's not even gonna matter. You're good." Yeah. So I think that's what I would do. $1 billion.
Dude.
That's the first thing I buy for myself. Obviously, you gotta get your mama a house.
Yeah.
You gotta do. You know what I mean? You gotta do.
You get
NFL,
$1 billion.
NBA. Yeah.
Your mom's never working again, dude.
No, she's gonna work. She's just gonna work at a better house. She works from home. If you get her a better house, she'll be fine. She's just close to retiring anyway. I'll give her like a retirement gift of like
$1 billion. $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah. 10 million?
400,000.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to give her a cool 400,000. Or I'm going to like I'll give her like, pay her like my dad's back child support.
Hey, Mom. But just for you.
Yeah, I'll be like this. No, I can't cover everybody's.
Can't cover everybody's, just yours.
Here's them payments. Yeah, just slap it on her little work from home desk one day. Be like, there you go.
That'd be so sick.
Dude, we good? Yeah. Oh, can I go play T-ball now?
I would totally love that, dude, if I could, just hook my parents up.
That's mostly what I would do is just
That'd be so sick.
If you had $1 billion, you just hook your family up constantly and then just kick it. You're never going to run out of money. I really don't like you going to spend it all? It's like, no, you're not. You're not going to spend that much money. No. I'm not trying to go to space. I'm not going to start a business. I'm not going to like pour a bunch of money. I'm going to buy a building in New York for like $100 million, and then you never have to do anything with it.
Dude, it's not even that expensive. It's just, you get a building here for a couple million, and then you're still good forever.
You're still fine.
Yeah.
And then you could literally hang out, sell the building in 5 years, 10 years, buy your mom another house.
Buy another building in New York.
Buy another building in New York.
This time a little bit farther into Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. More and more money.
Whatever neighborhood they're gentrifying.
What would you do with $1 billion?
What would I do with $1 billion?
Well, first one purchase, yeah.
My first one purchase? I'd go get breakfast food.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, I think I'd literally like call my dad and be like, "You want to go get eggs?"
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, "Hey, this one's on me." And then I would just be like, "Oh, it's cash only. I'll get you back." And then he's gonna get real mad. And then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, here's the money for breakfast." A couple days later, and it's gonna be like 50 grand.
You fly him out on a private jet, and you're like, "But you got to cover breakfast."
Yeah.
You're like, "I bought this jet, flew you out. I need some cash."
It would be so sick to just be like, "You got to cover breakfast. I'll get you back." And then when you get them back, give them like money. Like my parents have wanted to move forever.
Mm-hmm. To where? Somewhere warm, or what do they want to do?
No, they just have lived in like a real. You've been at my parents' house in Parma, right?
No. It's
just like a real small house, and like we grew up there.
Okay.
And my parents are getting older, so they want like a 1-floor ranch.
Okay.
And it's just like small rooms. They want to be able to have people over and hang out, and like not have neighbors right next to them.
How do they feel about a yard? Do they want a yard?
They want a yard, yeah.
They still up for cutting it, or they want someone to do it for them?
I think my dad says he wants to cut it, but I think pretty soon he's going to have to start paying somebody.
You can only do that for so long.
I mean, he's needed a hip replacement for a decade, so.
They want to stay in Ohio, or they want to go warm?
So they want to stay in Ohio, but he wants to go warm in the winters, but I don't know how much that's going to happen.
That's hard. It really is. Especially, like, it's like all the fucking family holidays are during the coldest time. So if you just dip out, that's no good.
Yeah. I was literally talking to him about that, and he was like, "Well, you weren't home for Thanksgiving," and I was like, my brother just got engaged. Excuse me. He just got engaged. He's about to have grandkids.
Nice.
Once my brother has a kid, he's never gonna leave.
Yeah, he's gonna be done.
Yeah.
He's gonna be absolutely cooked. He's gonna want to be like dad number 2.
He is gonna be. He was like, he did like 6 dad stuff where he was the parent that let me touch the stove when it was hot.
Nice.
And then was like, "Oh, you'll never do that again." And I'm sure my brother's gonna be terrified to let him around kids.
Well, it depends. I mean,
I don't touch hot stoves now.
Set boundaries.
Yeah.
Technically, you have a burn on your arm from touching something hot.
I dropped.
Okay.
And I said, I know what the pain is, but these are my last 3 breadsticks.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
okay.
Did you know those like junior kid lawnmower, like the Fisher Price lawnmowers?
Mm-hmm.
When I was like 4, we hadn't even moved to Parma yet. We still lived in Cleveland. And like my dad was cutting, there was like literally a strip of grass. That's all you had to cut. My dad's cutting the grass, and I'm like following behind him with my Fisher Price. My mom's watching. She thinks this is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Brother's not around yet. She's like, look at this. He's imitating his dad. My dad just got done with 40-hour work week. He's exhausted. He goes, stop following me. I'm having fun. I don't stop following him. He turns around with the lawnmower and runs over my Fisher Price lawnmower while I'm holding it. And I like, how you can remember your first real fear.
Yeah.
I remember just shaking and holding it.
That's awesome.
And crying.
He just destroyed it in front of you.
He literally destroyed it. And then I was afraid of lawnmowers for years.
Jesus Christ.
Like when I learned how to cut the grass, I did it with my mom because I was so afraid of lawnmowers, and my dad was so brutal. Like my brother knew how to cut the lawn before I did. Dude, yeah.
You just couldn't get over that fear?
Dude, you're 3-4 years old, and it's like the first fear I remember feeling. Yeah.
Huh.
He just and imagine the force of a lawnmower tearing that thing apart, and you're holding on to it, and you're like a little kid.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. It seems like it would have ripped and wiggled a lot. It would have ripped you off of it.
It didn't spin it. It just kind of went down on it and came up and just tore up the top.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The little bubble thing.
Yeah. The bubble thing was ripped open and just struck. And I remember it was in our apartment for a week, and I wouldn't go anywhere near it. And then my mom just threw it out. My dad was like, I'll fix it. My mom was like, let's just get rid of it.
There's no fixing that kind of trauma, dude. You can fix the lawnmower all you want, but yeah.
But there for sure is a part of my dad that was like, I do get to cut the grass in peace now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was his one thing, I think.
Yeah. There's dude, yeah. I mean, once you get to that dad shit, you want to be a little left alone, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to be a little left alone. I mean, you got the wife in your ear, yap, and then you come home and there's a kid.
My mom worked from.
I cannot imagine.
She was stay-at-home mom at the beginning too, so he bounced. He was a bouncer. He would fix cars, so he worked 60-hour work weeks easy. He was a gold guy. He sold jewelry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Off the truck or at a place?
At a place down, that cool red building in downtown Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
He would go there and pick up jewelry wholesale and sell it. Yeah.
Wholesale off the bat. There's no way that was legit.
I buy jewelry.
Yeah, there's a legit business, business cards.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man.
I think your dad was involved in some shit.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know.
He probably just. I mean, he probably felt like you were a cop tailing him, and he's
with the lawnmower.
Stop following me, dude. Feels like he's getting tailed all the time.
He gave me PTSD because he has PTSD.
Yeah. He's like, you'll be as scared as I goddamn am every day I leave this house. You know what it's like to pick up $40,000 worth of gold for $8,000,
dude.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's a good business though.
It is fake gold,
real gold, gold bars.
Dude, gold bars were my fucking go-to.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think if I was a billionaire, I would definitely buy a gold bar. I would
just to
have a gold bar.
Tell me this isn't a sick idea. Ready? A necklace, a gold necklace, but how they always have pendants. The pendant is just a gold bar.
Nice,
right?
Yeah. And then you have to hire 6 security guards before you leave your house.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then every time you got to eat, you're like, whoops, I got some spaghetti on my gold bar.
Someone just walks up and shoots you in the fucking head.
That's not
for your gold bar.
They're never gonna shoot me in the head,
dude.
My head's too swift.
Walking around with a gold bar.
I could dodge a bullet.
Sure.
I dodged the common cold.
You have it.
Yeah, but that's different. I could dodge a bullet if I could dodge the cold. It didn't get me.
It got you. You slept all day yesterday after work. You were done. You passed out. And then the day before, you were done. You napped all day, and then we went to a show. And then you came home and went to sleep.
Yeah.
The cold got you. You were just asleep for it because the cold got you. You know what I mean? The cold got you, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying you could dodge a bullet if the bullet penetrated you and then exited? Does that count as dodging the bullet? It's not technically in you.
Maybe didn't think that one all the way through.
I can dodge a bullet if I can dodge a cold. Oh, you didn't dodge the cold. Well, that bullet might get me. That bullet might.
The bullet's got me. You're right. Dead to rights.
God.
Fuck.
Yeah. I'm fucking, speaking of bullets.
I like this segue already.
It has nothing to do with bullets. But
I thought you were going to talk Cowboys on me.
No, you know how I'm, oh, well, we could talk about some shit, dude. I actually got heavy into, like, Napoleon Bonaparte videos. Dude was the man.
I cried yesterday.
Huh?
I cried the other day.
Really? About Napoleon?
No.
Okay.
My horse died in that game.
Oh. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's a big bummer.
I didn't think that would ever make me cry. And it was a video game.
Yeah, but you build attachment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you actually cry?
Yeah, no, legit.
Oh, nice.
You know what happened?
That's a good feeling.
Like, truth, like, I think I tried to tell you about the one and you were already asleep. Sorry. I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and one of my horses got hit by a train.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere. And that one made me sad, but I also was, like, kind of laughing because it got drilled by a train.
It's on a fucking train track, yeah.
Like,
it's amazing.
It, like, launched it, too. I had to, like, go further because I wanted to get my gun off of it.
I was going to say, you probably had some shit on
I had
your
some
horse.
shit on my horse, yeah. But then when you finish, this game came out a while ago, so it's no spoilers. But, like, while you're finishing the end of the story, your horse gets shot, too.
Yeah.
And you're in the middle of this shootout, and he just goes over, and he's just like, thanks, buddy. And it was just a new horse that I just leveled up all the way, and I like this horse too. He was blue.
Dude.
His name was Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Got killed, and he was like, thank you for your service or something to the horse. And I was like, fucking boy, that's my fucking boy.
Do you lose the horse then?
Dude, yeah, he's gone, dead.
So then, yeah, like right before, you should have taken like a shitty horse.
I didn't know. I forgot.
Ah.
Dude, he got fucking clobbered.
Dude, that is so sad.
The one that got hit by a train, though, dude.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
You got
most things getting hit by a train is funny because trains are loud and you can usually see them and there's usually a lot of warning.
And like the animals are scared of everything in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like the horses get scared when you ride past a panther.
And it's just sitting there on a vibrating track with a train coming towards it.
And you literally hear the train honking. And I was like, the horse had moved, right? And I turned around and I just...
It's technically a good boy.
Just fucking sent. And it's like, you have a chance to revive your horse.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't revive the horse because not only did he get launched so far, but he got put on the other side of the tracks and I couldn't get past the train and he died.
He's just sitting over there wailing in pain.
Yeah.
Dude.
But then I got like real into Western movies.
Okay.
As a result of the game. And like, do you know how they're called spaghetti Westerns?
Mm-mm.
So like all those like, you know, like the Clint Eastwood movies, like Fistful of Dollars and Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
So first I was walking around New York and I got into the soundtrack. And so I've just been listening to like the song from the Modelo commercial.
Okay.
Because it's a Good, the Bad, and the Ugly thing.
Yeah.
And I've been into it. And then I looked into it. All the like old Westerns that are cool are called spaghetti Westerns because they were directed and produced by like Italian cinema like people.
Okay.
And so they're like, that's why like the soundtracks that we think of are like, oh, this is Western music. It's just Italian music.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though, right?
That's insanely cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the rabbit hole I went in this week and I was just like, that's really interesting.
That was very interesting.
Yeah.
So what, it's just a bunch of Italian guys making movies back then and then they just, were they like...
Yeah, they were like, I'm going to make it some cowboys.
I was going to say, because they were probably... Like, so they're probably Italian immigrants or family like of a descendant of an immigrant, and they probably looked up to the cowboy shit. So they were like they fucking grew up and then made these goddamn movies.
My name is Sergio Leone. I'm gonna make us some cowboys.
I feel like I always thought it wasn't like cowboys making those movies, but I didn't think it was like a bunch of Italians.
No, it's just a bunch of the same people that made the Olive Garden, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
The same people that made like a bunch of... That's so crazy.
Yeah, right? It's cool, though. It really is cool that we like got an entire genre of film because Italian people were like, I like those cowboys.
I like that we can't call it Italian Westerns. We just called it spaghetti. You fucking spaghetti. You fucking make spaghetti and you make cowboy movies. So spaghetti western.
My favorite part too is how literal Wikipedia is, because Wikipedia is like they were called spaghetti westerns because spaghetti is a reference to the Italian food style.
Hell yeah!
And I was like, I love that somebody somewhere read that and was like, oh yeah.
What?
I'm gonna make some movies now.
Someone just like went through Wikipedia and saw spaghetti western and was like, they're not explaining what spaghetti is though.
Yeah, but why?
How does it relate to Italians? I think I can help.
Did you see any of those cowboys eat pasta?
That's true. They never made them like make spaghetti out on the range.
I do want. Doesn't that make you like now want to make like a true spaghetti western now?
Like were they
like Italian cowboys?
Italian? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It'd be such a good. I'd watch it in a heartbeat. Just somebody's like, "This town ain't big enough for the two of us."
Oh,
arrivederci.
I was thinking about cowboys in Italy.
Ooh,
yeah. I guess those are like bullfighters, aren't they?
Yeah,
they already have that profession. We just did it weird.
Bullfighters are Spain.
Oh, well then we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so good.
Huh.
A true, authentic spaghetti western would be so good. We should write that. We could literally just call the movie Spaghetti Western.
You think they'd have a problem with that?
Why?
I don't know. Maybe people would think it's a documentary about spaghetti westerns.
Good. They'll know watch our movie.
Spaghetti western, not a documentary. But kinda.
But kinda.
But like kinda.
But like, check it out still.
I'm trying to think of like just someone like slamming down like
not a documentary, but still give it a look.
Like a bag instead of shackles, it's just like meatballs. I don't know how else you do like. There's so much. It would just get fucking ridiculous. Dude,
they're like it's instead of a treasure map they're looking for, it's just known as meatball recipe. It's known as a favorite meatball recipe.
Wanted. Mama's spaghetti recipe. Oh, fuck.
Every gun shoots little rigatones.
Dude, I mean, you literally, you go back far enough, you can replace the little balls with little tiny meatballs.
The lassos are just spaghetti noodles?
Ropes of spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. Somebody had to have done this before, right? It's probably like a Robot Chicken or something.
Yeah.
100%. Or South Park or Family Guy. One of them had to have. If they haven't, though, pay us.
That's our idea.
Yeah, that's our idea, Seth MacFarlane. Don't fucking steal it like you stole every viral YouTube video.
Yeah.
He did.
He made a bunch, too, though.
He did.
I don't really have a lot of beef with Seth MacFarlane.
I don't have beef, but he did just, like, shamelessly take a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah. Did he? I have no idea.
Like, you know how Family Guy is, like, famous for the cutaways?
Yeah.
A lot of the cutaways were just, like, ripped from YouTube videos.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there was a bunch. There was that peanut butter jelly time one that was, like, horrific. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also, honestly, like, you know what show freaking nailed it before they did that I didn't even realize? Was Married with Children.
Oh, dude, it's
was
so good.
Great at like the cutaways. Like they were phenomenal at cutaways that sometimes had nothing to do with anything, and it was like I watched like Married with Children after watching like Family Guy, and like
Scrubs
I picked up on it. Scrubs was good. Yeah. Scrubs he would kind of go away and it could be like super random. That was very good.
He would do that thing and then people would be like, JD.
Yeah.
There's like a fan theory that JD and Scrubs had a brain tumor the whole time.
That's awesome.
Dude, right? Terrifying, but
like he was still a doctor, or is he like in a coma like that bad?
It depends. There was like different but yeah, it was like there was like a prevailing theory that he had a brain theory on Reddit, and that's why he would just like have those cutaways.
That I like that a lot.
Because he's like sundowning. His brain is shutting down.
And they got to like too many seasons, and they were like, okay, now it just doesn't make sense. He's been dying of brain cancer for 9 years.
Well, and then that's when like, so I think it was like season 8, there's a finale for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's walking down the hallway, and like it was like the show's finale, and he sees all the people that he's helped.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like him dying. But then they greenlit the show for another season after it got technically like ended.
Yeah.
And so it's like at a new hospital,
Uh-huh.
and that's him on life support, like playing out his final.
Dude,
How crazy is that? Yeah.
it's a wild one.
Yeah.
I told you about the, what was it? Matthew Perry?
Yeah, you told me there was
Conspiracy? That's pretty crazy. That's nuts. The Batman shit. Dude.
I mean, reiterated, obviously.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find a whole lot more about it today when I was looking, honestly, because I was going to, But basically, Matthew Perry, Chandler, in his book, like, wrote that if he ever needs help, or if you ever see the Batman symbol, that it's a sign that I need help. And for the past, like, little bit before he was dying, or before he died, he was posting, like, on his pool right near, like, the jacuzzi where, like, he died, he had, like, the Batman logo on his pool, and he's like, don't worry, Batman's here, I'm fine. And then, like, he talked about, like, flashing a light in the sky and, like, saying, like, it was, like, a lot of, like, weird stuff that, like, it all is fine until, like, you go back and, like, someone
and
actually looks at the book and you're
fuck?
like, dude might have not been okay, or, like, I don't know, it's wild. But then they tried to, like, do, like, conspiracies about, like, the government killed him, and I was like, okay.
Why?
Yeah. The government is going to go after Matthew Perry, but not, like, a ton of other people.
There's way more people the government would kill before him.
Why risk it for nothing against Matthew Perry, but the federal government is not risking.
He knows too much.
He knows everything. My God. Yeah.
Friends? Keep your friends close, and your friends, but spelled with, like, the friends thing, closer. Keep your enemies close and your friends closer.
Just folds the folder. They're like, we can close this case now.
Isn't, like, every episode's named, like, the one where it's just the one where the government goes after Matthew Perry.
Yeah, the one where the CIA wins again. Those fucking monsters.
The one conspiracy theory.
Dude, I was going to say how I got into Napoleon. Sorry, you talked about your rabbit hole. I got into Napoleon.
Yeah.
You know anything about this man?
Yeah, a little bit.
Dude was cool.
Not a ton, but he has got a crazy life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is, that whole, like, little man syndrome, not a thing.
Yeah, I know he was, like, a normal height for the time.
Normal height and just, like, a military genius. So, like, he won, like, over 90% of, like, the battles he was in. Mm-hmm. He came up with, like, a ton of new strategies. Just, like, get the higher ground on people with artillery and then just bombard them and fuck them up.
Yeah.
Like, he would constantly, like, he was
the best.
Yeah, he was just one of the goats, basically. Of,
how
like,
did he go down?
They
them got him?
Yeah, them gets everybody, dude. You're gonna get they them. I think it's 2020. We're almost at 2024. I think though that's passed. Some people still have it at the bottom of their email, but I understand.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like,
I got
everybody's
you.
Yeah, so they, you know what I mean, just to, like, check all the boxes.
I actually don't mind. That was, like, a thing people got so mad about, and I was like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that it's there, but it's also, like, an extra thing that's also, like, really.
Yeah.
Like, you don't identify much else when you do that. So, like, it's not like you would do Joe Briggs white. You know what I mean? Like, how much I just understand that, like, there's.
I don't even like giving them last names.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I'm big on, like.
I'd love if I could work a job and they only knew my first name.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the old days.
It's just weird. Yeah. I don't want to go down too far into that. But basically, it is just horrific that, I don't like it's like an inch and then a mile. You know what I mean? Then you're going to be putting, like, what, your social security number at the bottom.
Find
here?
It. I don't even know
it. Thing.
I don't even know what it is.
If I need my social security number, I'll ask my mom, and she'll go in my memories box and find my social security card.
Right where mine is.
Exactly. It's where all my shit is. It's just at my mom's,
so hard in the memory box.
Her box, dude. I don't.
Fuck.
You know what I mean? I don't need that.
Yeah, I don't need that shit.
I'm a 36-year-old man. What am I going to do with important documents like that? Except fuck it up. We have a really good system right now where I just trust that all of that stuff exists 500 miles away from me. Yeah, this is horrible. So
that's so funny.
On my Napoleon thing,
we're in our 30s and both our parents have our social security cards.
I don't need it. What am I going to do with it? You know what I mean?
Lose it.
Exactly. I don't think I've like started a job where they've like asked for it. They always say you should have it, but I'm like,
Yeah, you're fine.
Here's a number.
Here's my last name.
Exactly. Alexander the Great.
Wait, I thought we were on Napoleon.
We are.
Okay.
I went down this Napoleon rabbit hole, and like obviously he's the goat of like all
Combat.
conquerors, combat. Oh, so how he goes down, dude? They basically the whole world in like Europe comes together 3 times and tries to defeat him, and he beats the hell out of them each time. And then like the 4th one, or no, it was like the 5th time they did this, where it was like
so
world coalitions.
Wasn't even 3rd time's the charm. He's just like, at this point, he's like, I guess I'll lose.
He loses in like a fluke, by the way. It's like a complete fluke. Yeah, like it's like something to do with like weather and like, so he loses this shit because he actually loses because he goes and takes over Moscow, and the Russians like let him have it, and the winter starts coming. So they're like, well, we can't do anything. Well, Russia, what they did when they were losing to Napoleon, as they were going further and further into the country,
just torching everything.
Torched everything,
That's their
burned
move.
it all. It's so smart. So they just ruin their whole country so that you can't
They've done
eat
that
there.
like 7 times.
It's their thing, dude. It's their. That's why it's like mostly woods. Like shit just grows back, and they're like, that used to be a city.
They are literally like the world's shitty younger brother. They're like, well, if I can't have it, it's fucking broken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want our provisions? Pull them out of the fucking rubble.
What
okay?
provisions?
Exactly. Like most of their time in like a city is just destroying their own cities. Yeah. So he has to head back and he loses, but they have everyone has so much respect for him that they don't like.
They don't kill him, right?
They don't kill him. They put him on an island, and like because he called himself the Emperor of France as like an official title, they like jokingly called him the Emperor of this island. So he takes
was he on Cyprus?
Super serious.
Was it Cyprus or was it something? Was it like an even?
He was on 2 different islands. They isolated him twice. The second time. So the first they isolate him on this island. They're like, "Oh, you're the emperor. You know what I mean? Do your thing." And he does. He builds a fucking military and walks back into France and takes it back over. And then he does that again. They fights like 2 more world coalitions. And finally they just like ban him and isolate him to another island. And then he just gets like really bummed out and like dies. But freaking military genius. So
they banished him to an island and he was just like, what kind of troops do we got here?
Yeah. He rebuilt their education system, gave them like a banking system, became their emperor in like a legit form, made an army. When he goes back to France to fight with his little army,
dude,
the King Louis or whatever decides he's going to send like 200,000 like French troops over, and then they realize they're going to fight Napoleon when they get there, so they just switch sides.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the guy sends legit. He does this 3 times. King Louis sends 3 different like large battalions, regiments over, and then they all realize that they're fighting like their old commander that they're in love with. Like everyone that was like a soldier, it was. So they just keep switching sides, and then that's how he regained power.
Dude.
And then took it over. Then eventually, when he lost, they just like isolated him to this island. But as I was looking that up, Alexander the Great. Do you know how he died?
No.
So
consumption?
No, in like he wept because there was no more lands.
I've been learning about TB a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So dude, he dies like apparently like they tried to like kill him and he breaks his neck, and they don't realize he broke his neck.
Oh no!
And
they bury him alive.
Yep. They said he was such a god because his body did not decompose for like 6 days. And then like historical evidence just showed that like he snapped his neck and they fucking buried him alive. Like basically like either in a coma or not able
or just
to,
he was like in his body not able to do it. Oh my god.
So he was just buried alive.
Dude.
And then there's like these like legends about him being like a god because he like didn't decompose. And then they just buried him alive. Isn't that hardcore?
Medicine's come a long way.
Huh?
Medicine has come a long way.
A long way.
I thought he was poisoned.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Not from what I heard.
Damn. Who am I thinking of? Somebody was poisoned. Somebody big.
I mean, there's rumors Genghis Khan was. There's like a bunch of rumors about how he went.
Yeah.
There's a one.
But even like those guys, it's like that was at a time where you could literally control
everything.
So it's like even what like we know about how he died, it's like what's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
because a fanboy could have just wrote the best thing, and then like whoever came after, yeah.
Or the government could have literally just been like, we can't let China know Genghis Khan got poisoned.
Yeah.
So we'd just be like, he died of a warrior's death.
Yeah.
Or something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or he killed himself. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude.
There's no honor.
I love talking about history. It's so interesting.
I really like, I get, whenever I get super into stuff, it sucks because it's like hours and hours. Like I watched a 4-hour Napoleon documentary and I'm like, God, well, why? I mean, I was doing other stuff, but you're like, how did I just examine this guy's life for 4 hours, but I won't do it for like an hour at therapy, like for myself. But I'll like look at his life and be like, hey, pretty good.
I've like learned about tuberculosis because that's what your character gets in Red Dead, and how they called it consumption, and then even like the Latin translation of like consumption, because like I think con means like to take, and sumption means like all of something. So like it literally translates to like to take all of you or something like that is what consumption. Yeah, it's like in something insane. Yeah. Terrible way to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. By all accounts.
Yeah. Would you rather have like tuberculosis or ALS?
Tuberculosis?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just don't. At least you kind of, your motor functions there. You just start dying.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of a long death. I don't think a lot of people do. But some people actually do like want a long time to like say bye. You know what I mean? But I feel like
that I could say goodbye, but I'd just pull the plug on myself. I think I'd crash into a wall going 150 or something.
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Ugh. I don't want to have someone clean up a lot, so I'd probably just sit in a shower. What
do you mean? In the shower?
Yeah, cut your wrist or shoot yourself or something. I don't know.
But you don't want anyone to clean up after you?
Well, how do you kill yourself in the cleanest way?
Huh?
I don't want to go down that road.
Oh, just tie like a
noose?
No, like a 60-pound weight to your ankle and just jump in the Hudson.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, then your body's gone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some 60s on the way from Amazon.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, just one and some rope from your Jesus costume. Dude, I don't know.
You took my Jesus rope?
Yeah, I'm gonna tie my foot to it. That'd be a crazy.
Oh yeah,
way to
we're
go.
in New York. That is the Hudson River.
Yeah, like
I was like, dude, I'm going in the fucking Ohio.
Dude, that was a real thought I had. Like, just how many people are just sitting at the bottom of that goddamn river? Or is it like I don't know which river they kill people in. Is it the East River?
Dude, I don't know. Whichever one goes by Jersey.
Jesus, yeah.
Whichever one goes by Jerseys.
Yeah, what's the body of water? Oh, I sound like such a non-New Yorker. What's the one in between Jersey and... Because there's that one and then there's that one. And then they meet and then they go down there.
I'm going to call it the Big River.
Because then there's Little River separates Queens and Brooklyn, right? Yeah. So Big River is where all the bodies are because Jersey and New York both probably decided...
Not for us.
It's a good spot.
I wonder like how many bodies wash up.
Yeah,
because like those ropes and shit, like decompose. So I wonder how many bodies surface every year, and the cops are just like, "We got another one, fellas. Hey, looks like this guy died a death."
I want to.
You know how New York cops talk.
You ever think about how many like buildings or like sidewalks we're like walking on in New York where like people have been like assaulted or killed? Like there's so many. Like,
do you know what I actually think about too? Because you see it in the movies.
Yeah.
How many because like New York's got old buildings.
Okay.
How many people were just like fucking buried in the foundation of the building when they were pouring the cement?
Jesus.
Right. At least one.
Dude, nonsense. I mean, the mafia was into that shit.
Yeah.
That was like most of their game was like getting into businesses that like didn't die, like construction.
Yep. They're still in construction.
I'm in construction.
Garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the garbage. Just shit. Yeah. Jobs that like you don't think can be like really
like how many
exploited.
Dude, even the railroads in this country like are just so many Chinese immigrants just buried under the railroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's fucking crazy. I mean, like it does make you wonder that how like out of what are the like what do you think are the most 3 famous buildings here? Empire State,
Rockefeller
Plaza. How many people are buried like under those buildings? Even just pick those 3. Probably at least one.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
At least one. I would say like at least 5, dude.
Somebody dies on the job. They're just like, oh, he didn't show up for work today.
Oh,
He's just buried in the building, right?
Or some guy's just got a beef with the guy and you just kill him at a construction site.
Yeah.
Dude, I would hate.
Yeah, our manager didn't show up for works today.
I would fucking hate New York without all like the cops and not cops, but like
regulations.
Regulations.
It's still rough without that shit.
It's still rough.
Yeah,
it's a fucking crazy city.
Like 70s New York.
Mm-hmm.
Just warriors,
dude,
come out to play. We should watch that.
I started. We should. I started talking earlier. The Perfect Book Bag. It fucking paid off.
Oh, it did? I was literally going to say, like, do we have enough time to talk about The Perfect Book Bag?
So, basically, yeah, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah. I can't live if living is without.
So, The Perfect Book Bag.
Yeah.
For those of you that are watching, we're going to do a little long. I think I was mentally out of it in the first part of the podcast. So
you really snapped into it, though.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about work, so I had to snap out of you know what I mean?
I feel it.
You know what I mean? When someone's coming after you at your job and you're not allowed to just
it's the worst.
I don't like that you're not allowed to just physically fuck people up. Like, why can't, if someone upsets me, why can't I just throw them through a glass something, you know?
It's so weird because this has come up. This is like a recurring theme for you.
I want to hurt people when they make me feel bad. And I want to watch because I can't see if I hurt your feelings, but you know what I can see? If your face is fucked up. Because it's like, you know what I mean? When your dad will let you burn your hand. You had a little pain inflicted on you. And you learned a valuable lesson that you have talked about passing on to your kids.
Yeah, listen to my dad.
So now imagine you're a manager at your job and you get fucked up by an employee, but you treat not only that employee different, all the employees different. But then also there's always the dynamic that someone could not like how I manage and just fuck me up. And then I'd have to be careful. I'd probably learn something. You're right,
but also I think it just sets a dangerous precedent.
It does, but also, why not? What else are we doing? Just being nice and like hiding feelings and like letting people like ruin your life financially without any consequence? That sounds like a bad place to live.
I know, but there's also like from the opposite perspective, there's always that person at work that's not a manager that bitches about everything.
Yeah.
That is just completely wrong.
Yeah.
And that person would like fuck up the manager and everyone would be like, well, that was our favorite manager.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then the staff is also allowed to fuck that dude up. So basically, what I'm talking about in a job shouldn't be like fake emails about, hey, could you reiterate maybe the terms of our last discussion? You know, and like instead of just being like what you said sounded stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I want hardline. You work from home?
I've made that mistake before. Did I tell you about that the one time? Can I talk about that real quick? I know we're going long.
I don't mind going long. We can, whatever. Who cares?
There was the one time at work where it was like a work email, or it was a work call.
Mm.
And I was in my boss's office, and basically we were like coming to someone higher than us saying, this is a problem, we have to fix it.
Yeah.
Legally, we had to fix it. The government would have come after us if we didn't.
Yeah.
Person before us fucked it up. We had to fix it. But my boss keeps muting and unmuting the phone. And there's like this guy who's like above us and he's just like fighting it. And we have to fix it.
Yeah.
And so I look at like my boss, like we're talking in between. We're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like we need to fix it.
Yeah.
There's a point where he like says something like dumb where he's like, well, suppose we don't fix it. What's going to happen? And I looked at my manager and I just go, is this guy a fucking idiot? And he like hits the phone. And he goes, we weren't on mute. And I just go, and it gets like, and then the phone's just like, who said that? Who said that? And we're still on mute. He looks at me. He goes, go back to your desk. You were never on this call. If anyone asks you weren't in here, you don't know what we're talking about. Because I didn't know what my voice was. So I immediately run. I go back to my desk. 10 minutes later, like the call's over. 2 people walk into Alex's office. I hear him talking. He's like, yeah, I don't know who it was. Walks away. And I'm just sitting there the whole time like, am I good?
It's awesome.
Am I good? Yeah, and it's just like, dude, I called the CFO of our company a fucking idiot.
That fucking rules, dude.
Like a live call. But like, dude, there had to be like other people on the call who were like, thank you. This should have been a 15-minute call and we've been talking about it for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, that's...
And I was like 22.
I don't understand what happens as you like... Because I've been promoted and like been people's bosses and like it didn't think it happened to me. But what is it when you like get promoted and stuff that like your brain just stops working all the way? Like it just seems a little less focused. And just a little more like... How... I like my salary. So how can I make it more valuable by doing less work? Because if your salary is a lot and you don't do a lot of work, that's a way bigger salary. But if you're actually working for it and using all your brain, it's not that much money.
I don't know what the name of the book was. Strength told me to read it.
Yeah.
But there's like this really interesting concept called failing upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And basically like people that are in management a lot of times have like an ego complex. That's why they're in, like, if you're like a normal, well-adjusted person, you're like, I don't need to be a manager. If I'm like getting paid well and I'm content, I'm not going to seek it out. Like I'm really happy in my role. I'm not like looking to move up.
Yeah.
But like there's people that have that like thing broken in their brain where they're like, I need to be a manager because then my dad will love me or whatever.
Yeah. And
so there's like these people that just keep applying for those jobs and they eventually get them because they're trying to get them more than anyone else, but they suck. But then your resume says you're a manager.
Yeah.
So you like fail upwards, quote unquote, because even if you suck, you get fired from being that manager, but then your resume says you're a manager.
Exactly.
So you go to another job and, well, you weren't a manager. He was. He gets it.
Exactly.
And then he gets fired again. Next job he goes to, he was manager twice.
Yep.
And he just keeps failing his way up. It's insane.
I know.
It's insane.
Well aware of this.
But it's such a crazy concept.
In restaurants, that's what people do. That's why, like, the worst, like, the best, so, like, when I was managing restaurants, I intentionally quit right around the time LeBron James came back to Cleveland. Because I was going to go, like, when he was, in town the first time when he got, like, drafted, I made so much money bartending, and then I fucked up because I was really happy bartending and serving, and then my manager was like, oh, you should like get into managing. Like, you're good at this. And I was just like, yeah, let me do it. So then I just managed like different places for years, and LeBron came back, and I was like, I'm not going to do this again where I make 20 grand less a year to manage and everybody makes a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So like I went to bartending and went to like a sports bar, made like a ton of money like during those few years, but it was like all the managers were just literally like the worst servers or bartenders that like just were like, I want a steady money because you know why your money's...
I want a steady money.
Yeah. You know why your money's not steady as a server is because you suck.
Yeah.
So like if you're not making steady money, so then that person becomes a shift manager or a manager, and then they literally go to the next restaurant and they were a manager.
I mean, it always ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why there's also... I was watching a guy and he was talking about how the best managers are always the ones that are like the best at their job and not seeking to get promoted, and are literally like talked to and been like, will you do this? You know your job so well, but we'll take the hit because we think you'll be valuable here, rather than people just
Dude, my dad worked for 30 years, never became a manager, and they like tried to, and he would literally like look at them and be like, you know who he's like, you guys always bring in consultants every couple years to like clean stuff up, and they're like, yeah, and he goes, and who do they fire first every time they bring in consultants? And they're like, well, you know, and he's like, nope, he's like, I want to retire here, and he just never became a manager. So he retired after 29 years.
It's so smart. But then you just get managers that are there because like you said, they only apply to that position.
Yep.
Because that's the position that makes them wake up and like feel good. Instead of like, I like this industry, or I like this, I like this. It's like, this is the title.
Yeah.
That's why I can go from selling shoes to CBD.
I have a friend of mine from college, and she like, I think she's like a VP of a company already. And she's like someone that deserves it. She's just always been like the best. But she was even like, didn't want the role at first. And I'm like, she's going to crush it. Yeah. I would like, she's the only person where if she was like, come work for me, I'd actually consider it, because I'm like, she'd be a just treat to work for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's literally, I mean, like, that's the sign of, and like, I feel like I knew I was like doing good as managing because like when I would leave a restaurant, when I left like 2 as like a manager to go manage somewhere else, other people wanted to come work for me.
Yeah.
Like from those places. And there'd be times I'd be like, no, like that's weird. I'm not just going to like, you know what I mean? Shoo you in
I have a couple
the
people
first
like
week.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, like definitely like over time, you're like, oh, I have like a weakness here. And like, I don't know, dude, the best, we'll wrap this up soon. The best busboy I ever had, dude. Best busser, Russell. Dude was like an amateur bodybuilder who saw work as like calorie burning. Dude. My fucking man, dude. He would show up early. He'd be drinking protein. He tried to like get me to work out again. And like we went for a run and I was like, oh, we're in different shape, dude. I was like, I like let myself go. This was like mid-20s. My man was literally like just jacked and would just be like, you need me to move those chairs? I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, sweet. Pick it up. Do this bullshit with it for a minute. Yeah. And then fucking put it back. Like lifting them sideways. Everybody else is like, these are heavy. He's like,
let me see those chairs.
Yeah. Fucking dude ruled. Yeah. So dude, but I brought him. So I would take him fucking every job if I could. Was the absolute man. Had no problems with anyone. Just like big enough to be intimidating, but also sweetheart. Great personality. Like to joke around. Yeah. Dude.
Hey Russell, when you're done lifting those chairs, you think you could butt some tables? He's just in the corner getting yoked. You got it, boss. You have to lie to him. He's like, hey, I heard these dishes were really heavy.
Dude, this dude legitimately,
they're made out of lead.
He almost broke a $1,500 chandelier because he literally tried to like do that thing with like the chairs, and he was trying to like stack the most chairs and drag them at once. But like, so he put so many up, and he started like sliding it, and he like tapped the chandelier, and I was like, I think you're strong, dude. I think you're really impressively strong, but you like can't keep dragging stacks of chairs. Like a stack of chairs, like almost like 10 feet in the air. I'm like, you can't. I get that you're
the strongest.
You're the strongest.
You proved what you need to prove, buddy.
You won.
Yeah.
But also, if I let this happen on camera, we're both out of here, dude. And then my resume says fired for letting a bodybuilder break a chandelier. Yeah.
Hey, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You don't have to put that on your resume.
If I want to, I can put anything I want. Well, they like stats and like percentages, so I could be like, broke 100% of the chandeliers that I've ever seen. Yeah.
Supervise the destruction of 100%.
Supervise the destruction of one staff member. Dude, that was,
Oh, man. That's fucking funny.
Real quick.
Yeah.
The perfect backpack.
Oh, my God.
I've been working on this backpack and everything that should go into it so that you never need anything when you're out. Sitting there at the bodega. Guy pushes the door open. You see that he's distressed, and I'm like, I'm scared immediately. His daughter's there, and he's like, I need a Band-Aid. And like it's like the one guy at the bodega that just doesn't give a shit. He's like on his phone.
Shorties?
Yeah, at Shorties. Yeah. And he's like, I need a Band-Aid. He's like, no, he's just like not paying attention. I was like, you need a Band-Aid? He was like, yeah. Literally opened up the backpack, grabbed them. There's like 10 Band-Aids, all Band-Aid brand.
And
too.
It's in my mind, it's cut like an Edgar Wright movie where it's like the backpack hits the floor, the zip, the hand, and then you know what I mean?
Threw it on the freezer.
Like Shaun of the Dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Zip, grab, shoot, hand him. He puts them on, takes a couple, and then he puts them on, and then he's like, thank you. And I was like, no problem, dude. And then he left, and I felt really, really good. But also, he left with like 6 unused Band-Aids in his hand, and I was like, "Those are technically mine.
Those are my Band-Aids."
You fucking used. Like I was like it I couldn't just be like nice for a minute. Like with my whole heart, I tried to be like a really good person, and then he left with him. I was like,
and your first thought was just the backpack's too perfect.
I was like, it's too good. I was like, you're lucky. I have like 90 backups in here,
dude.
Yeah, I could have gauzed him up if I wanted. I could have technically.
Was he cut up or was the kid cut up?
He had a cut on his finger, and then I think she had something, so he was like trying to like tender her hand or something.
So he might have used those Band-Aids for
yeah. So he can take them, but
same dog
that bit me. Yeah,
fuck.
So perfect backpack came in handy. I got to feel like a good person, but then immediately my personality kicked in, and I was like, "You're a piece of shit." Yeah. So that's all I had to get to.
I had one more thing on the list, but I don't know if we want to wait till next week.
What do you got? We can always release a longer episode.
Yeah. Should we just cut it and do a Patreon one real quick?
Yeah.
Well, that's the death trap.
No.
Let's just do it now.
No, I mean like, so like, basically like where we're at now, we can like start wrapping the show up, and then because we can't end on. Do you just want to do a Patreon?
I know
The people will be pissed, dude. Do you just want to do a Patreon? You're about to tell like a story. Honestly, it kind of builds a good
suspense. It's not how Sergio Leone would do it, aka Spaghetti Western God. But,
Spaghetti Western God.
No, here. So this is like more personal than we usually get, but I think it's good to talk about. Madden.
What?
I was just a piece of shit.
Oh, what do you mean?
So like, you know what I mean. So like, we play Madden, Joe and I.
Yeah.
And I get way too into Madden, but I like to trash talk, but I don't know where the line is, and so I'll say just horrific things to my best friend, and then he'll be like, "Hey man, you're being very mean," and then it'll like hit me. I'll be like, "Oh my god, I've been a terrible friend." But I say like so bad.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know this, and people don't.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty much just sit there and just like play Madden because I like watching my boys level up, and I think I'm like decent at Madden. Like when I play online, there is like this weird thing where like I just like shut off my like competitive edge when like I play a lot of people, and I don't know, it's like fun to just play, but.
I love like fake competing.
Remember, if I could just say the thing that like was funny
that
made me mad that I
care.
think we laughed about after was that you like the thing that made me so fucking mad was that like you totally Donald Trumped me.
Yeah, dude, I said that. I was like, I became Trump. Yeah. I was like,
I didn't realize those were the words for it, but like what made me mad, and then you said that, and I was like, oh my god, you were.
He won like a Super Bowl or two, and I just was like, he cheated. He's a cheater. I should have won. I deserved it. I should have. We all saw that the game wanted him to win. Just like wouldn't stop. And then like he finally was like, "Hey man, you're being mean when you say this." And we like walked to the bodega, and when we were walking back, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm Trump."
I'm Trump. Yeah, I was like, dude, there was like I made your guy fumble.
Fucking Sleepy Joe over here.
Bullshit.
Cheated.
And then you like tackle my guy. You're like, "Where's the fumble?"
Dude,
this game's fucking rigged against.
This game's rigged.
The system's rigged.
You're paying the refs. Just like things that you can't do in the video game. I'm like, you're paying the refs. How'd you cheat? How'd you get your defense to cheat?
There's some heavy accusations coming my way for like 3 Super Bowls in a row, and I was just like, "The fuck, dude."
The turning point was I think I said something that was like you look up YouTube videos on how to play the game. Who does that?
You said it's a weird thing to do. I was like, "You would?"
And then when you told me about it, he was like, "You were just talking about how you look stuff up on YouTube," and I was like, "Yeah, you got me there." I was like, "I did look up a bunch of stuff on Red Dead last night."
Yeah. You're like, "Oh, I was looking up Red Dead stuff," and then you're like, "It's a weird thing to do," just because like something. It was like fourth. I think I did kind of like do a little bit of dickhead shit where I think I went for it on 4th down 3 times.
It was like
and just
4th and 15, and you nailed it, and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
I just did a play that I know, and I'm like, "All right."
Yeah.
That shit was honestly some of the funniest fucking shit talk.
Oh,
because it got so fucked.
So also, you know what like is so the like you know how I was like the blue controller randomly just goes left.
Yeah, which I did see it does that. Yeah,
I almost lost another horse.
Because of the left?
Because it randomly shot left and we just jumped off a fucking bridge.
Holy shit.
It just like jumped. It was like, and I was like, no. No, not again.
How many horses equal like a Super Bowl? How many horses
would
you have to watch go in equivalent to like watching yourself lose a Super Bowl?
Dude, it's
emotionally.
Emotionally?
Yeah.
I'd have to lose 5 straight for one horse.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, the horse was devastating.
Yeah. The horse is like, dude, I mean,
I've never cried after losing Super Bowls.
No. Especially.
I lost fucking, dude.
Too many.
When my horse Salma died.
Named
after the actress Salma Hayek.
Nice. Salma Hayek.
My fucking stallion. R.I.P. King.
That's a gorgeous woman.
Well, that's the death trap. That'd be such a good ending. It really would. We should have.
Is she hot? I think she's like
she's
gorgeous.
She's one of the most beautiful people of all time.
Like hot? Or
I think so. She's getting older, but she's still super hot.
I think of her as like gorgeous.
You know who she? I think she dated Matthew Perry.
Full
or
circle.
they were just in a movie together. Yeah, my bad.
That's the death trap.
That's a death trap.
God, dude, we crushed it. Back half, we killed this episode.
Back half was the best episode I've ever podcasted.
Yeah, I had a good time. That first half, dude.
First half was good too.
Bosses are dickheads. Yeah, but that was all you. I was just sitting here fucking.
It's because I was sick, so I drank a pot of coffee.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
I was
just
trying to
wired.
get jazzed up, but I'm just so fucking pissed off.
I cheated on this one.
Yeah.
I cheated.
You cheated, but we all won. It's a good episode of the Death Trap.
My foot's numb.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. It's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Con Dios.
Love you. Death Trap. The Death Trap.